It is Kinesiology Week, and I've been really reflecting on my journey on how I became a kinesiologist. I discovered it after I went through postnatal depression after the birth of my first daughter and had never heard of it before. But as soon as I read about it, I knew it was something that I needed to learn to do. And that was before I even experienced the session. And I really loved my journey from studying to starting my business and where I am now in this stage of my business. And one thing that's really been coming through this week is not only for myself, like as a return to the roots, and whether it's because of this Mercury retrograde, really got me reflecting and returning to old ideas. Because when I started my business, my original tagline was healing the spaces in between, and what was it about stepping out of survival into a life where you can thrive. And I, while that has always been like still been the basis of my business, it's something that's kind of been swept away. But the survival mechanisms have really been coming through lately. And whether that's our own coping mechanisms or just how we're all, as a society, stuck in this needing to survive. And there's just so much fear mongering out there and all these different threats that our systems are being tuned into and having to, constantly be clearing that clutter. So it's really been, as always, it's such a honor and a privilege to be able to work with people and help them on their journeys. I don't say on their healing journeys anymore because I really feel like it's a discovery of connecting back into yourself, into your own wisdom, into your own medicine. And that's what I love about kinesiology, that it's working with the body and listening to the body's innate intelligence. And the other thing is what I love about kinesiology is so much work is happening energetically that we're not even aware of. We're just helping, realign things and allowing things to shift out of what the way so new things can come through. And that's why it's so subtle and so potent. And that's what's also so empowering because in all of that shifting out of the way, it just allows new ideas to drop in or this person to come into your awareness or suggest something or you read something and you just realize, oh, that's the next thing to look at, or this is the answer to this question. And it all just starts to flow like that. And it's you finding the answers yourself. And that was something that came up in a session today, that it was about helping the person that was lying on the table, she was saying like, no one has the answer. And I was like, no, like, but there any one answer? Like, I think there's so many answers and it's all individual. We all need to find our own answer. And she um, really resonated with that. And the other thing that has really been showing up in the sessions and why I wanted to speak about, like, I don't call myself a healer. I don't want to really be, you know, there's so much with the healing journey that is obviously amazing and needed and necessary, but we can also get stuck in the loop of healing, endless healing, and we want to be able to, and I guess that's still stuck in that survival loop of needing to heal something, needing to find the next thing to heal, and we want to shift out of that. And as things always happen, with clients that come through, there's always a resonance with what's going on in my life or in my work, the different ideas that are coming through. It's always just this beautiful co-creation that's happening with the universe. And during the kinesiology sessions, we have this chat with your subconscious, and there's these statements that we run through. And the way that I was taught, we were taught to, it's I want to get over this problem, and I want to keep this problem alive. So we're just testing, muscle testing to see where the stress is held as you say that, repeat that sentence back. And I will often check with the body if it wants to say the word problem, and sometimes it does because it sees the issue, or whatever it is, as a problem. Sometimes it sees it as an issue. Sometimes it's a cycle or a pattern. And lately, it's been really hard to find a word that kind of sums up or encapsulate what is going on because I guess we're really trying to clear through as much as we can without stressing the body. So it's really always working with the nervous system as well. And and what I love about not seeing it as a problem is because everything is an opportunity to learn. Like when you're out of that victim consciousness where it's wondering, like, why is this happening to me? And especially, we'll have core things in our life's journey that we will revisit again and again and again. And it can be frustrating because as you come back to it again, you're like, oh, I thought I've already dealt with this. Like, why is this showing up again? But as you remove yourself, lift yourself out of the victim consciousness, out of those survival loops, you're moving into the upward spiral. And this is where you're seeing how it's an opportunity for your growth, for your own evolution. And as you revisit it, it's like, okay, well, what are you wanting to show me now? What do I need to see now? What do I need to learn now? And it becomes it can become beautiful. Sometimes it still can be a bit frustrating as you feel that friction of, oh, I'm here again. But you start to recognize it as you keep coming through. And sometimes you move through it quicker, and sometimes you need to stay there for a bit longer, and that's okay. And I wanted to speak to this because as I keep trying to find the right word with different clients, and it's always funny where the word comes from. But the word that came through today was experience. And I thought that was so fitting because it's like life is just an experience. We are experiential beings. We've come here to experience life, this beautiful life on earth, and all of the things that come with being this human on earth. And it can be it can be heavy and it can be hard. So many of us have been through a lot of heavy trauma, but we're able to slowly move out of it and find the space to, step out of it. And just, it's just taking that step at a time. And as you continue to do that, you're then able to start to, you know, shift out of the whether it's resentment or blame or anger, that those feelings that can kind of be clouding your judgment, your I can't think of another word, and start to see, okay, what was I able to learn out of this? Like, what is the gold that I'm able to sift out? And you might have to be sifting for a very long time until you're able to find it, until you really have moved through it. And it could simply just be seeing how resilient you are, or it could be like there's so many different lessons that you can learn, and as you're in it and you're in the thick of it, you can try to have a guess and feel like this could be what I'm here to learn out of this experience. But it's not often until we're much further, beyond it that we then look back and we're like, oh, that was actually what I was learning out of it. I thought it was this, but it was actually this. And, really get into um, the deeper message, the deeper insights, the deeper lessons. So I just wanted to speak to that and I guess really open up the conversations on how we are, as a collective, shifting out of the endless loop of healing and then what does that mean? What are we stepping towards? What are we inviting in? And what does that, free us for? Like, what are we able to then be able to call in? So, if you have anything you'd like to share in the comments, please do. I would love to hear what your thoughts are, what resonated for you. And yeah, if you're looking for a kinesiology session, feel free to book in with me. You'll find the link below. Bye for now.